All right, backseaters. I am just getting everything ready here so that we could go out on patrol. I want to thank Kyle Mestad for bringing me up live here. We'll give it a few minutes as people join us. I am on the east side of St. Paul on Payne Avenue. One of the things that happens during Live on Patrol, today there was an attempt, but it was a short one, was people see where you're driving and they say, hey, can you pick me up some food from this place or that place? And usually we can't do it because we're too busy doing Live on Patrol.
Okay, I'm headed that way.
Welcome to Live on Patrol for Monday. I'm Undersheriff Mike Martin, and we are in Ramsey County in the state of Minnesota, and we are in the city of St. Paul, the capital city of Minnesota. I am an undersheriff with the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office. We patrol an area with roughly 500,000 people. About half of Ramsey County is the city of St. Paul, and the rest are the suburbs and our contract cities. And we are the primary responders in those contract cities. I'm just sitting here for a minute because there's a school bus letting off kids at the corner.
4470 traffic. 4470. East 36 at White Bear, Mary Union, George, 305.
It's been kind of a steady morning and afternoon so far. I wouldn't call it busy, but it's been steady. Plenty for everyone to do. We had a staff meeting this morning where we all of the command staff for the sheriff's office, we meet to talk through things, make sure we're all on the same page, and it gives everyone a chance to hear what's going on in the other divisions within the sheriff's office, within patrol and the jail and community outreach and you name it, investigations, so we can all kind of talk through struggles we're facing, talk about personnel issues, and it's a good way to start the week and make sure we're all singing from the same sheet of music.
Some of the accidents we cleared out assisted.
We're on Jesse Street right now at Maryland, and we're going to turn here and go eastbound, but traffic's pretty brutal right now. And it's not like it used to be. People aren't friendly. They don't let you in like they used to.
2271 traffic.
So you kind of got to stick your nose out.
West 196 at Pleasant was Kilo Bravo Sierra 784.
So hopefully you had a chance to watch us on Friday night. That accident towards the end of the night was, you can't describe it. It looked like a tornado went down for literally a block and a half. That truck was going so fast that it smashed into about a dozen cars before it rolled over into someone's yard, and the suspect fled. And fortunately, there were apparently no serious injuries. But it wrecked a lot of cars and made the street a mess.
4447.
It started with a
4447.
a pursuit up in Maplewood.
1700 right. There's a person inside the store stealing and refusing to leave. It's a 58-year-old black male. He's wearing a blue hoodie.
One of our deputies saw a group of cars that were driving recklessly. He attempted to pull over one. That vehicle fled, but it was fleeing at such a high rate of speed that he decided it was too unsafe, so he terminated. Then another one of our deputies saw it in Central District, and again it was fleeing so fast that they decided that it was too dangerous to continue to pursue it. And then about 5-7 minutes later, the sheriff saw it fly by him. He didn't pursue it either because it was going so fast on a residential road. And then after a couple minutes, the call came out that it had crashed. So, and if you look at the Live on Patrol Facebook page, you'll see
5930.
some pictures from the scene, but it was a pretty significant accident there. Which just goes to show the the decision making that has to go on with officers and deputies all the time about pursuing vehicles and factors like traffic and pedestrians at the time of day, and are you by a school, and or is it, are the speeds so fast that it's just inherently dangerous, all those kind of things, the weather, and sorry, your call coming out here.
Sure, gives that target address. Mine and pending and all that. 295 can be 1250 Imperial Lane.
So that was a New Brighton squad, and they got a call. They were looking for some backup, and but we are very far away. Anyway, as much as we want to apprehend offenders, especially career offenders and people that are putting the public at risk, we don't want to enhance the risk by pursuing them if it's
3665 Victoria Street North, apartment 224, systematics, 74-year-old male with a rapid heart rate.
If it's going to create a danger to the general public. And even though it was late at night and there wasn't much traffic, when people are driving that fast on residential roads, in excess of 100 miles an hour, it's just not worth it. So we're eastbound on Maryland Avenue. We are at Johnson Parkway right now, kind of coming into the further east side of the east side.
$87.10. New Brighton, 8710. 8710. We've got one at the PD. Requesting to meet with you to do a DNA sample. Received.
So you probably heard that call that a citizen called and need assist with the DNA sample. I'm assuming that's a court-ordered sample that they need to come in and get. Sometimes it's a civil court, or it could be a criminal court where they are required to give a DNA sample, and the officers will be there and have a packet that has what they need to do it, and it's just a quick swab of the inside of the person's mouth, inside their cheeks, and then they seal it up and send it off.
Info to squads. States and routes, 2 people fighting on northbound 35E between 96 and January Gecko on the side of the road.
Huh. That's a little unusual to have a fight up there on the interstate on the side of the road. Not a very safe place to be fighting.
9267. 9267. You start me in AOA. Salt Lake State has a fight on 35E and E. Copy. State's aware they're en route. Is there another spot to go? 2265.
People again?
We're out to the fight on freeway 35E and E.
So squads are en route to State Patrol call where the people are fighting on the side of the highway.
2267, can you confirm with them if it's northbound of E or southbound? Northbound between County Road E and 96. Got it. 1520. Last one, go again.
One person on the ramp.
8231. 2260, yeah, copy. 8231, go ahead. I'll be on Irondale, Court 5. Court 4 and Irondale.
So there's fight at Irondale High School. That was the school resource officer there who was letting dispatch know that.
Stop for now. Yeah, guys, we're in the scope now. Is there another spot to start at Irondale? 7733, follow that way. 8710.
Yeah, California, about a block to the west of Mayor Harris's address on Victoria there.
Yep.
So there's a fight at Irondale High School, but the school resource officer and most likely staff broke up the fight, and they asked for another squad to come in, probably mainly for backup for the officer that's there, and if he needs to transport any of the people involved.
We are watching on camera. One party did just jump the fence close to a roadside sign next to a billboard. White and blue sign. Hard to see with the resolution of the cameras. 6-5. Looks like you start with one female. Okay.
So one of the individuals involved in the fight on the highway jumped the fence and sounds like is trying to get away. So
Wait, 6-5. Looks like the other party jumped the fence. Okay, eastbound. Possibly. Copy.
So that's not a very good area to take off on foot because you're kind of in the middle of nowhere and going down into either swamps or grassy areas or industrial.
Forty-four, 42, I'm in the area. 1526.
So I'm just looking at the call at Irondale High School. It just says fight, so there's no real details in there. Unfortunately, this time of year,
733. Where is Big Brand's location in Irondale?
this time of year, that a lot of kids get restless.
8720. He's code 4 at Irondale.
We have more.
77.
Seem to be more fights and disagreements.
Copy. I'm outside.
And unfortunately, they often will exacerbate those by posting threats on social media or disrespectful posts. That doesn't make it any better.
8231.
Sorry, I missed you. Pull forward. Also, can you send a line sharing deal? Hot broken finger. So you can come without lights or any sounds.
Copy. What door are they needed at?
Door 1, just the main.
Copy.
So we're just over here off of Wilson. Got some complaints earlier today about some increased activity over
5283 Tango clear.
kind of in this Battle Creek area, and so I'm gonna roll through a couple spots.
1520.
2267 control. We going over the data.
Copy. Control.
So the weather today is nice. It's about, I don't know, 67, and it's cloudy, but for this time of year, it's nice. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow.
1 mile from region to LE.
Yesterday was unbelievably beautiful. Hopefully we can keep the streak of good weather going.
5937
It's
clear.
nice to see the grass starting to green up and people outside.
Copy. In front.
Makes it a lot more fun to be out driving around.
Can I get a second squad to my location in the Cup parking lot, Lexington? Just had a guy back up into my squad while I was writing somebody a ticket.
Copy. Are you code 4?
Yes.
So the one of our squads
We're gonna head
was
towards 2203.
writing someone a ticket. It sounds like someone just backed into him, which generally is no good for either party. The squad getting damaged and the other individual saying, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe I backed into a police car." But there's a reason they call them accidents. Nobody wants to put up with that.
Was just backed into. I've got a county deputy going there to take a report. Transfer an outside agency.
Hey, from
4441. Clear squad support.
touching it on.
So we're over here off of Ruth and Suburban. I think I'm gonna turn here. There's a little bit of a traffic mess up because there's so much construction going on. So you may have heard it, but the supervisor asked for an outside agency to investigate that accident involving the squad. That's not unusual if there's agencies, if there's someone available to do it, just to make sure that the investigation is unbiased, and especially if the one of the drivers is clearly at fault in the case.
2265, word before.
And there's going to be a need to maybe write a ticket or make an arrest if the person doesn't have a license or whatever. It's always good just to have an outside agency to remove any appearance of impropriety. It's a big word for me.
4442.
Especially today with
4442.
it's so dry out.
Please change this to a suspicious and clear main GOA.
Andrew McIntosh, thanks for watching us. We appreciate it. It's good to hear from people that are staking out other parts of the world. It's easy for us all to kind of get in our own cocoons, and
I can change my call to Berg if storage yet. I'll be alright.
it's fun to see that other people are interacting with us.
503644.
New message.
I see somebody posted that the northern suburbs
2477
have
arrived.
raindrops
Clear
coming
at this
down.
Canada in, please.
2477. Your CN is
It's a
169.
good thing I had like a gazebo that where the wind last fall picked it up and knocked it over and damaged the roof, and I was able to fix it yesterday. It only took about an hour, 10 tools, and about 100 swear words, but I was able to fix the roof on that.
Change it to hit and run accident. I'll be clear
We'll
before.
be able to test it out. We are westbound on I-94. We're going through the east side of St. Paul and coming up to the Central District. For those of you who aren't from around here, you probably saw the large wooden walls. There's more coming up here. Those are sound barriers to keep the sound from the highway down for the people that live right there adjacent to the road. And they actually work really well. But this one's prettier than most. It's got a nice, they just built this in. It's got a nice concrete base and then really cool looking wood. Hopefully they don't paint it some ugly color.
New message.
So we got off on Mounds here, and we're right by Metro State University. And we are going to duck down into the Central District. You know, I wonder, do you think I would get in trouble? One of my pet peeves is when people graffiti and they spell words wrong. And do you think I'd get in trouble if I just got out and corrected the grammar on the graffiti? I mean, I'd like to see it get removed, but at least you can spell people right. And yeah, unfortunately, Dustin's right. They will graffiti all over that beautiful wood wall, and it'll look horrible for a while, and then they'll spend a lot of money to sandblast it and repaint over it. It's unfortunate. We're on 7th, on East 7th, but going in toward downtown. for the Minneapolis PD, and I was in the gang unit. Graffiti became a big issue in the later 90s when the violent crime had decreased, and graffiti became a bigger issue. And we spent a lot of time working to identify the graffiti taggers and track their tags and get enhanced and aggregated penalties for the damage that people were doing. And it was always amazing to me that they were all so entitled and believed they could just graffiti on other people's property, and like they were making some big social commentary by writing their name on a wall. When to try to build their own self-esteem and within the tagger community, but unfortunately in the process they would damage things that other people had worked hard for. And we did get to enjoy busting one live on patrol one day. I don't know if I'd call it fun, but it was interesting, and I had a good talk with that young man's father afterwards. Sounded like he had a good dad who go and apologize and help remove the graffiti and taught the young man a lesson.
College preferences and while ex-wife and their parents are on staying for an appraisal at
4440.
So we were driving by Regents Hospital and Minnesota State Capitol.
Push one assist.
Just changing channels here now that I'm in.
It would appear that the comp is at 830 Robert Street. I'll go there with our keys.
Because we moved into the Central District, I changed radio channels, but we're still scanning all the channels for the county, for the city, metro-wide, statewide, in case something kicks off. Northbound on Rice Street at Sycamore now.
I'll check this.
Thank you, sir. 5230, number 470.
Squad 257.
Is that for 257?
Affirmative. You want that traffic stop from 197th Street back?
If you could, please. Thank you.
doesn't rain on us. My daughter has a lacrosse game. See you, Jane. Hate to get rained out in the first game. I don't know if they in lacrosse. I think they keep playing unless there's lightning. Susie's back. Haven't seen her in a while.
Roger, 1 Tango. 531 Tango. Clear this assisted. With 535. Copy that.
So we're gonna go westbound here on front from Rice, right by Mama's Pizza. Just thinking about Mama's Pizza makes my mouth water. It's such good food. The other thing that happens this time of year, even because it's so nice, is motorcycles come out. I haven't seen many today, but boy, on Friday night,
5930.
there were motorcycles everywhere.
Can you give me a number for this?
Are you close for?
And of course, the way people drive,
Okay.
they need, you gotta be careful when you're on a motorcycle. Because people are often distracted on their phones. And it's really dangerous.
$82.31.
8231.
County report. Thanks, Mountain View, for the assistance.
1551.
So the squads are clear over at Irondale High School. The SRO said he did a report, and Mounds View PD, which is the adjacent suburb, assisted as well, which is great. Those agencies have a great cooperative relationship.
And the caller, sorry, front desk saying they're not cooperative.
Yep.
Calling New Brighton, I think it said an 83-year-old male who's slurring and paralyzed. Hopefully they get there quick and get some time is key to get help for someone who's having a stroke.
Probation 958. Probation 958. Clear 259 Dayton Avenue. Now you can place me at 887 Randolph Avenue.
So probation is out doing their checks on individuals that are on probation. Generally, I think the house checks like that are mainly for people that are on some type of intense supervision. And they check on them, make sure they're not using alcohol or drugs or not home when they're supposed to be and that kind of stuff, and just touch base with them.
5282.
5282.
Clear PG. We're taking the call at the PD lobby.
Actually, I have you on that phone.
University Avenue going westbound.
I have another standby.
For as busy as the suburbs are, it's relatively quiet in St. Paul right now.
Clear for it, back on the street.
1557.
So as we go westbound on University here, we're paralleling the light rail tracks. And there's been a lot of issues lately on the light rail trains, and Metro Transit Police Department's been asking for assistance, and we do keep an eye on the platforms, the light rail platforms, because they, a lot of people loiter on them, and that leads to issues.
This is report.
Copy.
So these light rail tracks run from downtown St. Paul down to the Target field where the Twins play in Minneapolis. They go right by US Bank Stadium.
5286.
And by US Bank Stadium, you can switch trains and go down to the Mall of America and the airport on the blue line, I believe it is there. This is the green line here. But the light rail's been plagued lately by loitering and drug dealing, drug use, harassing.
532 U.S. Minnesota Kilo Tango Uniform 827 and Minnesota Juliet Tango Romeo 535 to the call, please.
Copy that.
Coming up here on to Snelling, and I'm gonna go north on Snelling for a little bit, and then I gotta check something on my computer here.
532. 532. Can you also add Minnesota November Juliet Delta 889 to the call, please? Copy that.
Northbound on Snelling here, right by Hamlin University. We're going by Hamlin Park.
5286.
5286.
Somebody just stole a squad, or the vehicle that we stopped at traffic here. We get squad to Walmart. It's eastbound on Iona Lane right now, going through the roundabout towards Fairview.
Okay, need squad to start.
That's going to be 30.
Huh. We're gonna head that way. It sounds like
Black Lincoln Town Car.
There's a backseat passenger that was completely concealed due to the dark into the...
sounds like a car just took off. The officers had stopped.
As Minnesota plate Golf Mike Lima 910 and the Minnesota plate Hotel X-Ray Papa 160.
We're headed that way, but I don't want to go too fast because I want to hear which direction it's going so that we can try to intercept it.
I'm at Twin Lakes in Fairview.
Which one is that?
That's 830.
Just an update. The vehicle went eastbound right in front of where 5230 was about 30 seconds at most before he got out there after that roundabout. All we know is the suspect name of Byron. Additionally, we'll take a female officer to the scene if we have one for a search, please. Second in custody.
So we're going to head down here.
83 seconds.
Looking for a car that fled from a traffic stop. It sounds like there was someone in the car that took off in it while sounds like they had the driver out. So we're looking for a black Lincoln town car. Let's see. With heavy tinted windows. It's a 2000 floor black Lincoln town car.
Just an update. The vehicle came from the key end. It's been staying there in case it tries to circle back there to get back to a room.
So we're going to get off up here on County B2. See if we can't see this car going eastbound. It would be coming this way.
$43.33.
$43.33.
They apparently have seen that car previously at a motel in Roseville.
96.
And so they put that info out. So we'll see what we can.
Copy. It'll be a while
Here.
we'll be south to our border to check out area for Roseville.
I got you.
5286.
What?
Just an update for any assistant agencies. At this point, it is not going to be a stolen vehicle. It's going to be a passenger in the vehicle that jumped in the driver's seat and fled. So all we have on them is fleeing at this point in time.
As long as no passengers in the vehicle.
So this, they conducted a traffic stop. They must have had the driver out of the vehicle, and a male passenger jumped in the driver's seat and took off in the car that they had stopped. So they, the offense would be fleeing from the traffic stop, but it's not a stolen car. So. But we're still looking for that 2004 black Lincoln Town car. So one of our squad just passed going that way, so I'm going to go this way. Because I know it's easy to go check the same places I was going to check there, so I'm going to go the opposite direction. So we're still plugging along here, looking for that Lincoln that fled from the traffic stop. We'll see it's a Lincoln Town car. See if we can't find it.
That's your phone card, man.
So they believe that car came out through this way, eastbound and on Iona, and then most likely out to Fairview. So we'll keep checking the area here. Through this strip mall here and see be a good place to sit low or dump vehicle after you fled. not seeing the vehicle in here, so we'll just poke around a little bit here and then maybe clear. Oh well, no joy on finding the car today. Maybe we'll trip across it. That was not a black one, so they said it was black and with heavily tinted windows. So
2267, 2269. 2267. 7 stand 5 Rebel in.
still in the city of Roseville, but soon we will be in the city of New Brighton.
Target 3800 Lexington Avenue North on 8th Team member Wisconsin dealer. What's going through system?
Copy.
I'm gonna pop in over here and into the city of New Brighton and look at some of the big apartment buildings here that might where this vehicle may have gone. You can see, probably see that New Brighton squad sitting there playing Border Patrol. Here's another one. Checking the northern border between the two cities. I would guess looking for the same car we are. Actually, that was a Roseville squad. Crossing over 35W into the city of St. Anthony. I think there's St. Anthony, and then just to the north is New Brighton. We're just passing the border of Roseville here.
Page 95.
95.
Phone call and harassment.
95 copy.
16.
like that.
5281 second.
Just as info, we were approached by someone that said there might be a slumber in a black Volkswagen near AMC. We're unable to check it out right now.
Copy, I'll start the thing momentarily.
5280 gonna do it.
Copy.
5973, you can send me this number, I'll see if I can find it.
E620.
Please send me a number for ambulance plan 1150 by 6 Circle, Clear Airport.
Copy.
Kia. I saw a Kia there, but it did not have any broken windows. So whenever I see a Kia, I think of the Chia Pet song.
628, I'm out there.
Well, we did a 360 around the apartments here. And did not find the car. Did find a lone trumpeter there. All right.
5280 anywhere.
We'll continue to look here. There are other cars that I'm also looking for at the same time, of course.
The PSC.
Well, I appreciate your
a PIC for a person sitting on the bridge from the eastbound lane of 694. The state patrol's been advised there's a white female with gray hair, leggings.
2368, mark me available, and all back.
Copy.
All right, I appreciate your riding along with me this afternoon. Unfortunately, it was pretty uneventful, and but you never know what tomorrow brings. So thank you, and Wednesday should be the cat guys and gals. I think it's guys. This Wednesday out and about patrolling, and
8296 will be
I may be out with them as well. So thanks again. Thanks for your support, and remember to be kind to each other.
5181.